fixing backs and dropping facts.
That's right, son. You're so good, man. You're so good.
Too easy, man.
I know,
Too
right?
easy. Hi, my name is Kai Blake,
I'm Tom Larson.
and we are the boys
Of
Bass, coming at you like Tamikaze, fixing backs and dropping facts.
Episode number 17.
The 1-7.
Whew, son.
Yeah, natural, man. Natural disasters, man. What are we talking about today, Tommy?
Man, we're talking about to squat or not to squat.
To squat
That is the question.
or not to squat? That is the question.
You know, we get patients all the time. Man, doc says I don't want not for me to squat. He doesn't want me to squat.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's so unfunctional. Like how do you use bathroom? How do you
sit down?
How do you sit down? How do you get up?
To fall right backwards.
Impossible.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
And it's like you don't want to go, as a physical therapist, you don't want to go and say, oh yeah, you can do the squat because something happened, someone did something crazy and they hurt themselves and it looks crazy. But
it's not the squat that's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's the way that people squat that's bad for them.
The form.
Right. Yeah. And we all had great squatting mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
We're all toddlers at one point.
Yep.
Watch a toddler squat.
Perfection.
Exactly.
Perfection. And effortlessly too. Just natural. Just bend down. It's not even like it's not. So we call it squatting, but that's them. They're just getting low. They're just picking something up. Right. They're just going down and pick something up. But
if squatting were bad for you, the toddler probably wouldn't
be doing it naturally.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing that.
We wouldn't be put in that position.
Right.
And I think it's a lot of cultural thing as well, because you see a lot of in different countries that's just the way, like the squatty potty or whatever it is. You go to some countries in Japan or wherever, and it's like you go and that's. What do you mean you can't get down there? How are you going to use the restroom? Like, they don't see another way.
They don't
have
a
hole. Yeah, like you just got to get down there. I'm like, oh, boy, I'd be out of commission.
And that's what gets us in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Chairs.
Yeah.
One of those modern conveniences, right?
Mm-hmm.
But actually in research, when you start looking at children that go into kindergarten and you study their running mechanics prior to going into kindergarten,
right.
and then after a year of kindergarten,
right.
they see changes in running mechanics.
Oh, I can imagine.
They're sitting in chairs.
Yeah. When you're at home, I mean, think about how if you have any toddlers or kids running at the house. They're not toddlers anymore. But I remember they never sat down. There was no sitting down. There was always, even if they're watching TV, they're moving, they're running around, they're squatting, they're doing other things. They're always up. But what do they force you to do when you go to school, man? Sit down, sit in a chair and be still.
But yeah, and then not only that, when people are taught how to squat, even in physical therapy, right. It's like, I remember this when I first came out of school and, I was always a big squatter. I always went all the way down.
Right.
And people would say, oh, you're going to hurt your knees, you're going to hurt your back. And I'm like, well, you guys are the ones with hurt knees and backs, not me.
Right.
Like, oh, you're on way too low. You shouldn't go below parallel. Your knees should not go over top of your toes, this and that.
Right.
And it's like, well, we're even teaching people incorrect squat mechanics.
Yeah. And you'll see naturally too, because we move around our conversations, right? So tight calves show us different kind of mechanic, tight hip flexors show a different kind. There's all kind of ways, and we, like I said, we naturally start forming and start doing our squat, our mechanics around that compensation, whatever that weakness is or tightness is, or poor moving muscle or whatever it is. We move around it, and it's so like unbeknownst to ourselves that we're doing it until someone like us or someone looking around like, oh, that looks weird. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, well, it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah,
right. Because your brain's objective for you to survive.
Mm-hmm.
You got to squat down, right? So if there's a restriction or a resistance somewhere, the brain's going to figure out how to circumvent that in order to squat.
And it's so natural too. It's like it's I didn't realize it too how much we easily compensate, because I had a thing on my shoulder and I did not realize, and I had to watch myself in the mirror while I was doing something. I'm like, I can't stop it from happening. Like, I'm just naturally doing it. I'm trying to do this motion. I know what I should be doing, but my body is doing something totally different and I'm not making it do it. It's ridiculous how that happens.
And if you look at research too, Kai, in third world countries where they're squatting all the way down over that hole to go to the bathroom, or they're squatting down to eat dinner or whatever rest, their incidence of knee and hip and back pain are virtually none compared to ours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like it's you'll notice, like, they're like, I remember one time I forgot where I was. Actually, it was when we were at an old clinic, and remember we were next to that nail salon. Remember that nail salon was right there, where massage parlor, whatever was over there. And I remember going out back sometimes, taking on chair, whatever we were doing back there. And I remember there was this lady. She was probably Asian lady or something, but she was like probably 70s, something like that, and she was smoking a cigarette, squat position, like squat down, just sitting there, just hanging out. And I'm like, you would never.
When was the last time you did that, Sky?
Oh, man, never.
When you were like 2.
Maybe. And if then, like I said, that was the last time I ever done that. But I'm like, that's her comfortable position.
Right.
But nowadays we're struggling just to get off the ground. Like I said, and that's, like I said, it's cultural. It's what they're used to. Like they're for them, that's just like, that's my natural position, just to hang out, just to be there, right?
Yeah, being on the floor. That's another thing in countries where they sleep on the floor. Their elderly's risk of fall is decreased. They're not having as many fall incidents,
right?
But they're getting up and down off the ground.
Yeah.
They're working through mobility and
Right.
strength and all that kind of stuff too.
It's a natural thing for them, man. It's like I said.
And when you're squatting down, it's like full ankle mobility, full no mobility, hip mobility. Everything is there, and strength to get back up.
Ridiculous. And the stuff you don't know. Like I realize, as you start to age, you get older. There's less things you do that to get on the ground. Just every day, you're just not doing it. Like I was thinking about myself in the gym today. I was going to work on some abs, something like that. So I was getting down. I was like, man, I'm kind of struggling to get down here a little bit. And I realized like I need to make it a regular thing that, hey, get on the ground and get back up and just make that a thing, because it's the tall tale sign of you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And you just can't do it. And then you over catastrophize the idea of going on the ground, because you're like, man, if I go down there, I'm not getting back up. So you avoid it at all costs.
Right.
And then you realize when you get down there, you really can't get back up.
Correct. Yeah, because you need those hip muscles to really kick in, getting all the way back up, get you up out of that hole.
Yeah, and just being able to sequence, like, it's where our jobs now are literally teaching people how to get back up, like just the technique. What do I need to do? Where does my hand go? Because you just don't do it. You just don't, like, your mind can't fathom, like, where do I put this and how do I, move around my weakness or whatever it is.
So in the overall scheme of things, we're teaching people how to squat.
Right? Squat.
Yeah, you got to. If you squat correctly, should be okay.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And
should be okay.
And a lot of times, like I said, people avoid it because they in this, it's not them. It's just lack of knowledge or understanding that, like, those squat, like, that hurts my knees. And it's usually not because it's anything with your knee. It's just your form of how you're doing it.
Correct.
It's how you're doing it as opposed to what the actual mechanism that we're asking you to do or the mechanics we're asking you to perform. So that's the hard part. But you can't, you can yell, scream until people actually get in there and see, like, oh, that didn't hurt, and I squat down. Yeah, it doesn't have to hurt. It's not supposed to hurt.
Right.
But if you just fix your form and not try to move around what your compensations are, yeah, it'll be a lot easier.
Right. It doesn't have to be perfect. No, because we got patients that no matter what we do, man, their squat form's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But if you improve it, make it better.
Right.
Even through a limited range.
Yeah.
Going down onto a chair or a toilet is not full squat range of motion.
Right.
But if you can get there safely, correctly, it's going to be helpful for you.
Oh yeah, and you'll feel more confident. You'll feel more confident moving and thinking, oh man, I can't sit in that chair because I'm not going to be able to get up from that chair, or I can't go. But you build up the muscles, and it's a grade, right? It's just gradual improvement, gradual reduction in that depth, that elevation of that chair. So now it's like, okay, first time I had to be elevated. That's why. But we move so much around our conversation. Think about the recliner chair that gets you out of the chair, that little power chair, like
assistant.
Yeah, assistant. It's like, man, like, I get it from some of our patients, like 100 years old and they need a little help. Okay, but people start doing that early and they think it's a convenience. Like, oh yeah, I don't have to get up myself. It pushes me out. But you don't use it, you will lose it.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So ultimately, I guess to squat, not to squat. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, man.
Squat it, man. Squataholic, man. Squatty potty, all the things. Practice and practice long.
So until next time, go out, live, work, and play better inside your body. Peace out.
Peace.